Can we see it?
I said, "Oh, X don't want me to go live." Damn, that's
You
messed
pissed off
up.
Elon.
I probably did. I said some wild shit. We are live. I said some wild shit about Elon Musk, but let's start the show.
You feel that knock? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, it's no you in your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped, that's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Stannis the menace, my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria.
Got the beamer, the color of diarrhea. Welcome to the podcast, the greatest show ever created. I'm the greatest podcaster of all time. It's ballsy of me to say that with the three gentlemen that are joining me on this episode. This is the pod where you go to when you want to have that real conversation that you have either in the barbershop or with your friends or in the group chat. This is the day that I've been waiting for a while. These gentlemen inspired me to create a show, and also lately I've been down, and they're the ones that, yo, Rick, just keep pushing. So my guest today is, Juan Bago, Michael Diaz, better known as Juan Bago, Jaime Fernandez, Jay Ferns, and El Modifoca, Jerry Diaz. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you,
What's
sir.
up?
Mike got shot in the hand, so don't mind him.
And I still showed up.
Yeah,
He did. Dedication and love. Did not cancel. This literally just happened.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the backstory of, because the bandage is quite interesting. I want to know the doctor that diagnosed
I know
the injury, and
then the bullet missed me. So the same Dr. Trump did, hooked the zero up, hooked my hand up. So I'm
I mean, the more goss, the more sympathy, right? So.
No, I was walking the dog and I slipped and I landed on my middle finger, and so I'm gonna go to the doctors tomorrow. But I'm not gonna miss this.
Mike,
I'm not missing this.
Next time, more lotion when you're using your hand.
I think it was too much lotion because he fell. He slipped this time.
I slipped. It was too much.
It was very lubricant.
Yes.
So enough about Mike's fingers. Let's catch up with you guys really quickly, though. Jerry's been doing a lot of stand-up comedy. Yeah, I've been watching. How was that doing United Paris recently, right?
Oh, yeah. Mori Soñando. Shout out to Gloria and Sasha for putting it together. But it was fun, man. I mean, anytime we get our peoples together and do something with the community, and then to be able to say that I did a set over at United Palace, I mean, that's something off the bucket list. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. It was fun. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, I mean, what else can I say? It's always good when you're doing comedy for your people too. Like it was an experience. So it was good. It was great. Thank you.
So for me, it's very.
I don't know if people hear that. Wait, I don't know if people hear that. I think that's
the ambulance. He's outside of United Palace right now in the bathroom.
You got to resuscitate people that are laughing so hard from Jerry's comedy.
Yeah.
Jerry, you're so Hollywood now, dude. You're like, yeah, that was so nice and special. The building, it was special. It's nice.
No, it was really dope. It was dope. I just don't want to I didn't want to geek out, but it was really dope. Like, we're all like done stuff in that neighborhood. We've seen like great events and stuff happening at that place. So then to be like, I was walking up, I'm like, yo, I'm about to do some stupid shit up here and do some comedy here, and then to not bomb, to do actually all right.
Oh, that was my follow up, which was, I wanted to be. Let's be honest. How was it? Did you
Well,
Nerves,
listen, Jamie was.
I was trying to heckle him. But he totally just didn't phase him. You know, so
he did. He threw shit at me and everything, and I was just like, next joke. Yeah.
Damn.
But no, that was cool. It was quite the experience, and then also like there was pressure because there was a lot of people there that hadn't seen me doing stand up that actually came to see me do stand up. Because usually my stand up joints, I'm like I do like last minute things, and this like people were anticipating and telling me like, "Hey man, I'm coming to see you." All this other stuff. So it was a moment of like, okay, this is where show and prove right now. I have to show and prove right now, and I hope I did. I think
Jerry sold out United Palace. He performed well.
You can say that.
It was a special performance.
How's Jerry still come off cocky even when he's trying to be modest? You know, I did what I could. You know, it came out for me. But you know, I just want to do my best for all the people that came out. You know, that filled the United Palace.
Filled the place up.
Filled the place up.
I mean, there was a lot of
giving me half an hour.
Post game interview thing. You know, I gave it 110% up there. It was nice.
Well, you know, look, the thing was there was a lot of skeptical people, right? Because they never seen me doing stand up. They know I'm funny. I've done other stuff, but stand up is a different beast. So I think the problem is there was a lot more people nervous for me than I actually was. A lot of more people were like,
but I was nervous.
You know, but it was fun.
I was nervous for you. I didn't go, but I was nervous for you. You know, Mike was there.
No,
he couldn't make it.
Mike wasn't there.
I couldn't make it.
I was supporting, unlike Mike.
Oh, damn.
I got an opportunity to go with my wife to a concert in Brooklyn for this group called from France. They're French. They're called Justice, and they're like a DJ group. And so that was the first time I went on a date with her for a while. So when I found out the date, I was like, damn, yo. So I was nervous, but I was trying to hit up while I was at the concert.
Oh, we were talking. Yeah, we were talking.
I was nervous too because, you know, we've known each other forever. I know Jamie, when we first met, he did stand up, and Jerry, I know that was one of those things that he wanted as a bucket list, and he's done stand up, you know, in other plations, but to do that night was been real special. So it was a little bittersweet that
I did United Airlines. I was I was in the airport trying to do comedy before people boarded, you know, because I knew I had an audience that couldn't leave when they were waiting for their plane. So I was like, let me just do comedy here.
Jamie's been a world traveler lately. You know, he was out there. He saw the London series. That was beautiful. I was watching his little mini vlogs with his family, which I thought was cool. Jamie, what you been up to lately? Let's catch up. It's been a while.
Well, after we all did our live show in the spring, you know, me, Mike, Jerry, we did a live show called "This Is Us, This Is We Now."
In the Bronx,
in the Bronx, right? And it was that was, you know, sold out, and that was our first time doing a sketch show in like a minute, at least together. And so just kind of after that, just have been, you know, in the lab, just writing feature projects. But I did go on that long European trip in the middle there, and just, you know, travel the world. You know, you gotta. That helps you as a writer, you know, to
experience life,
right? Eat a baguette, you know, like.
Was that your first time out there in Europe, or you been there before? I mean,
I've been,
another bougie guy. Yeah, you know, I've been in the lab.
Yeah, you know, like it's like I wanted to be. I wanted to like show Europe that, you know, I was gonna be a good like tourist. You know what I mean? And so like everybody came out to support.
No, but yes, but you know, the main, you know, we did a bunch of other stuff, but the main reason to go out there, showing my Met fandom and checking out the Met. And I saw the game that they won. I would have been pissed if I would have seen game one. And when freaking Bryce Harper did some fucking, can we curse on here, Rick? I forgot.
Yeah, it's you can free ball here if you want, all you want.
Yeah, so when fucking Bryce Harper fucking hit that home run.
No, not that Jerry.
No, that's how Mike hurt his hand. Come on, Jerry. And so I would have been devastated if I would have went all that way to see them lose like that. But we went to the second game where they almost choked, but ended up pulling it out in the ninth. And I think that was the beginning of them actually. Like, I know everybody says it's Grim. I don't know if Grimace was before or after. He might have been a little
like
after.
June 15th, I think.
So he was a little after, yeah.
But I think the first pitch.
Before
Jamie
Grimace
started the run.
Yes,
in London.
That's
what he's trying to point out right now. Okay,
you know.
Thank you. By the way, thank you. Let's go back.
There we go.
You know, I'm the reason the Mets season you know, took a turn for the better. So hopefully
you wearing the Grimace costume. Wow.
I told you I'm wearing Grimace underwear.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And there's a little hamburglar in there too inside.
Yeah. And you know what? The purple covers the blue balls. So
wow.
Fast food humor. This fast food humor is coming at you.
Mike's been a dad. He's been writing a lot. He did you guys did Translators obviously together. You did the sketch show. I know you guys are always writing and producing new content, but Mike, how have you been since we last? It was last spring.
When was the last time? Last time was with Oscar or Anthony or Jamie. Which one was the? I feel like I think the last time was Bago Brief promoting that, right? Or what? Yeah.
No, it was Translators, and it was at the studio, and it was just you and
yes.
I wanted to loop around and bring Jerry in the mix so we could do a sports one, but it was just us three. That was awesome. Rest in peace, This Space Studio.
Yeah.
Bendición.
Condolences. Yeah.
How's it been for you? How have you been?
No, I mean, like Jamie has just been in the lab. I mean, if we zoom out for a second, the industry's been very, very slow.
Yeah.
It's been dry. So I think it's time, you know, like that's why we did the live show. We want to do a short film. I know Jerry's up to stuff. So this is the time where you take advantage where it's slow and be ready when it comes back up, probably the beginning of 2025. But in the meantime, go back to our roots of doing organic stuff that we've done in the community. So, and fatherhood has been good. My son started soccer. You know, he's gonna be 2.5. And even in that age where he's doing like little drills, I see the dad that I'm gonna be when it comes to sports, and you know, kind of
does he enjoy it?
Yes, he does.
He does. Okay.
He's 50-50. He likes music a lot, and then he likes sports. So he but you know what, at that age they deal with being shy around a new crowd, you know, new audience.
But I have, you know, he sent me videos.
Audience and crowd like he's a performer.
He sent me videos, and his son looks like a little messy out there.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. Not as messy as Jerry after a couple drinks, but you know.
No, I only say because my son's I put him in soccer. Jonas has been in soccer since he was 2. And there's certain activities that he likes doing. Certain activities he's like, okay, I'm over this, Dad. So but I'm like you. I'm like, you know, it was like kind of in a 6th goal, and I'm hyped. I'm taking pictures of him, and he starts T-ball in September. So you know, I'm excited about that. Trying to get him some nice gloves, you know, the gear, but it's who was I talking to earlier? But being a dad is very fulfilling.
Oh no, absolutely. But I'm trying not to be that toxic sports dad that's being really like, you know, I'm letting him navigate, find what he likes, and if he likes it, then I'll keep.
No, I'm being that toxic sports dad. He's playing everything, and then whatever. But he'll eventually, you know, whatever he's into, you know. I'm trying to foster a home where, like, if my son wants to be a creative, then that's what I'm gonna support you and push you to do. Unlike the households we grew up in, but
wait, Rick, are you a dad who's like, are you a I can't even say the word. Participation trophy parent? Like, you know what? Just going out there and doing it and attempting is good enough. Or are you like, you better win, boy?
No,
name you're representing out there.
It's not really the name. It's just I want to instill in him that whatever he does, I want him to at least strive to be the best at it. because when you have at least that strive and that passion for it, then you get to a level where, you know, okay, you're not perfect, but you're good or you're great. So that's the type of dad I want to be. I'm not. He's gotten like the participation soccer stuff, and I'll take a picture of him.
Right? You're like,
well, it's in his room, but it's not like I'm doing a you know, what's that movie with Ben Stiller where Meet the Fockers, where they have like a
trophy room. Yeah.
I didn't know they made 16th place ribbons. I'm not trying to be that.
No.
I fully, just like my uncles, tú eres bueno, tiene que ser mejor, es mejor. You know, and that's what I want to try to push on my.
When I was a kid, I wouldn't even be like eligible for participation trophies. Like after one little league game, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm getting sunburn. I gotta wake up early on Saturday morning.
You joined T-ball because you thought they were going to drink.
Yeah. Yo, I wish I could get a participation trophy. I can't even get
it. Jamie, as an adult, it sucks because he sprains his ankle. Anytime we play,
he just sprained it right now. He can look at you and he'll sprain it.
I have ice. You can't see I have ice, but I'm like Steph Curry, like his first season.
The ankles.
First couple of seasons.
I've sprained my ankle taking out the trash. Like I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything athletic. I'm just clumsy and delicate. You know what I mean?
I broke a leg.
Delicate.
I like delicate. Delicate works.
In a haunted court maze, so I'm brittle too, like Mr. Glass. So also during Christmas, I got a video of it from my Ring camera. So like the wind was blowing really hard, and the Santa Claus we had like outside, it like blew away 2 blocks. So I kind of sprayed my ankle,
chasing it.
Wow! And you have that? You got to put that.
I have that video. And my little league career, I was playing right field, pop up. I went to go get it. I had my glove up. I'm looking at it. I'm putting the hand on the glove. And then when the ball comes down, wow, right in the face. And it was over. I mean, I could have been.
You know what it is? You know, you just jump because you ain't thinking about, like, I left my phone in the Uber a while ago. Mm-hmm. And like, I noticed as it was driving away and I took off after it. Like I ran a whole block, and then I realized, like, what am I doing? Like my hammies was just like, all right, chill. And then I, like, you know, my adrenaline went down. You know, I did the my find me thing. I got it back. But for what made me think like I felt like I could have hooked onto the back. Like, yo, my phone's in there. You understand what I'm saying?
Tom
like,
Cruise shit, put the window down, slide in,
just down. Do a whole. I thought I like, you know, just laying on the back. But as I took off running. And I was like, oh shit, I'm, you know, he stepped on the gas and actually took, and then I was like, oh, okay. I can't
wow.
So you didn't give him 5 stars. You gave him 1 because of that move.
Did you even tip? This was an Uber, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Did you tip this man? Or
I did tip him because he returned my phone pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. That's true.
He returned my phone pretty quickly, you know.
So
because let's make a comment, say, oh, you're the you know, whatever, but it's fine. It was fine.
So let's talk about a common passion we all share. Yesterday, Jalen Brunson was announced as the Knicks captain.
I ain't gonna lie, I cried today. I cried a little bit. Yes, I cried.
Give me your instant thoughts. How
heart.
you feel about Jalen?
That's my heart.
That's your heart?
That's my heart right here, man.
Were you one of the people that commented? He put up his anniversary photo with his wife.
That's my heart.
It shows how much like he's beloved, because people just were like,
they were like, yo, she'll never know. She won't love you.
She won't love you like I would. But we are, like, Knicks fans fell head over heels with him this year. I mean, we really loved him last year, but we fell in love with him this year.
Yeah.
And then the offseason stuff that he's done, it's like, oh my God.
We're gonna go through the whole, but
this organization.
All right, but how did we feel about the captain thing?
The captain, is he deserving of it? How do you think Julius feels? Is it a great move? Is it a terrible move? It's
real quick, because my first thing when I heard online that our last captain was Lance Thomas, it kind of took a little luster out of the captain.
Yeah. The year were
that's like giving you the captain to like the ball boy. You know what I'm saying? Like the team doctor is your captain or something like Lance Thomas. Like, so that took a little luster. But I like that the Knicks are like actually like, because it's Brunson, they're making it seem like they're giving him like, you know, they made him like a part owner of the team. Like they're making a big deal about it, you know, ceremony and all that stuff. So
a press conference.
Yeah, so I like how the Knicks are doing
other sports captains to send them a message. You understand what I'm saying?
Jeter.
When I saw David writing that Brunson jersey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I almost pulled out the Kleenex and the lotion. That shit was but initially, you know, when I listen, hearing he's captain is amazing. Like for me, I think it's just to put certain things in place, you know, like I don't think Julius is like, because he sent them a message or whatever, and I don't know, he could be playing it off at the end of the day, but this kind of like stamps it as like, this is Brunson's team. Like, this is Brunson's team. To everybody that's on the team, you know this is Brunson's team. So he's first option. We're riding with him. If you're not on this banana boat, you're off.
Wow.
No?
Wow.
I think it's dude, we're in New York. It's a big apple boat.
No, there you go. I was saying banana boat with the mellow.
No, I know, but ours would be a big apple boat, you know?
Mellow was never on the banana boat though.
I think it's a Nathan's hot dog. That's just me.
I think
I heard about that too. I heard he's packing. I heard
I
heard it's 8.5 to the dome. 8.5 inches to the dome.
From Patrick Ewing to Brunson. Yeah.
Wow. So, Mike, how'd you feel about it?
I mean, we knew it was coming, but I just think that the way they're.
I didn't even know Knicks had a captainship.
Me neither.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised.
Captain.
I knew Ewing was I knew Ewing, and I knew at some point Melo had to be a captain. So I did look it up. And believe it or not, yes, Lance Thomas. But before Lance Thomas, Courtney Lee was the Knicks captain. And, and name me
I mean, he's not as bad as Lance Thomas. Let's be real.
No, Courtney, I mean, you think Lance Thomas? You remember Thomas in the Knicks jersey at least?
No, Courtney Lee wasn't with us that long, but he was a solid. He had a solid, like
6 months,
eighth man kind of career.
Preseason,
eighth man, not even seventh.
I don't know any guy named Courtney first name shouldn't be captain. That's just my opinion.
Some other notable Knicks captains have been Kurt Thomas, David Lee, obviously well deserved. David Lee was with us for a while. Amari Stoudemire, Malik Rose, very surprising. Jamal Crawford.
That makes sense. That makes sense. He was a veteran.
Chris Duhon, Steve Francis.
Chris Duhon.
Chris Duhon?
What are we doing?
Chris Duhon. Steve Francis.
This isn't an honor anymore. This is like
Howard Isley.
There is Marbury, there's Allen Houston, there's Larry Johnson, there's Herb Williams, there's Derek Harper, there's Oakley, there's Mark Jackson, Oak again, Ewing, Bill Cartwright. So
the Knicks are not as picky as the Yankees when picking captain.
Right.
But I think they will be moving forward. And I think they've done everything close to perfection this offseason when it comes to like handling shit, right? First, it was the big trade. How'd you guys feel about that? I felt like it was something eventually that was going to happen, and that
worst kept secret.
It was. I mean, he keeps saying they never spoke about it, and Sean Marks was like, yeah, Mikel never asked for a trade, and yada yada yada. But now that he's here, expectations better than last year, or
for sure,
around the same.
For sure. I mean, around the same would be pretty great because it's like they were a game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. But what I'm saying, we want a chip. That's what we want. And I think the additions that they've gotten, like I feel like Bridges is another Anunoby, you know. So if OG gets hurt, we're not missing out.
That's going to be fantastic.
You understand what I'm saying? So these are the two guys in the wings, and they're also getting players that are good for the system, fit for the system. You got guys that play defense, that, you know, score points off turnovers on fast breaks, that kind of thing, and the guys that have bought into the system. So when you got, you know, if you hear everybody else talking about Tibbs and shit, everybody's talking about how he's overworking them, blah, blah, blah. But everybody that's within the team, they'll tell you that he's not. He's like, yo, we barely practiced, but, you know, we had to play all these minutes because everybody was hurt.
By adding seven
now.
guys.
Yeah. So now you're going to have these pieces. And I think you've also, they probably still need to do something at center to be a little bit more secure, only because Mitchell Robinson's injury history, right? But let's hope he doesn't get hurt, right? But we're also talking about everybody talking about Hartenstein. He was playing because Julius Randle wasn't playing.
Yeah, but
you understand?
No, yeah.
The complexity of the team completely changed. First of all, it was a blessing in disguise that Randle got hurt.
But it wasn't.
Yes. Brunson got the.
No, it wasn't. We were 30. We won like 20.
We were like 17-2 in January with
with him.
Yeah, I understand that part, but if Randle's in the lineup, Brunson doesn't develop the way he does. The role players that come off the bench, which is Devo, Josh Hart, those guys are going back to the bench. Those guys don't develop. They don't get the playoff experience. And Hartenstein doesn't get the money he got now. So it was like a blessing in disguise. I see it. I was not a fan of the trade. And I'm going to say this on this episode because I owe him his flowers. Mike was the first one sent me a lengthy paragraph like, bro, this is why this is going to work. And everybody loved IQ. If we still had him, we get those points, those minutes. We need those valuable minutes off the bench with him. And he's New York personified also. Like, he was a gritty player. So it hurt to give him away and RJ, who I believe in that draft was the most stable player to pick. And had OG not resigned, it would have been bad. But Mike was like, OG is a different player. We don't need these stars. Everybody in New York was like, get Dame Lillard, get Cat, get this, get that, And Mike was like, OG's perfect. He's perfect. He's going to see how it was. And look, you guys mentioned the record in January. If we had that January team in the playoffs, I believe we'd take Boston to 6-7 games, possibly end up in the finals.
We would have beat Boston. I'll say it. We would have beat Boston.
Wait, Rick.
In that January, by the way. What happened? Go ahead, James. Sorry.
You didn't like the Bridges trade, you said?
No,
not the Bridges trade. I love. The OG trade initially when it happened.
Right, yes.
Listen,
we were giving away two starters.
Quickly's just a victim of timing, bro. Quickly was a victim of timing. Like, we can't have him and Brunson at the same time. It's just not.
There's no way. And you can't pay a backup point guard the money he's getting now.
But out of that, we also got McBride developing. Because he wasn't getting no bird with Quickly here. You know what I'm saying?
And then
another thing I will say is this. That January team beat the Celtics, blew out the Nuggets by 40.
Yeah, they kicked them in the Nuggets.
Kicked the Nuggets in. All right? And we're talking about a team that don't play defense like the Mavericks that went to the finals against the Celtics. Listen, the Celtics were afraid. If the Knicks were healthy, they had an answer for that team. And it wasn't going to just, like, Jason Tatum couldn't have done what he did. He was going to have to show up every game against the Knicks.
Which I don't think he can.
No, he cannot.
And neither could Jaylen Brown.
Brown is the star of that team. Let's get that straight. And that's why they fuck up. That's why they fuck up, because they think it's Tatum. It's Brown. I think
they're both very similar players, honestly. And I think one shows up, the other one doesn't.
I don't think Tatum got the heart Brown got.
And I think the most valuable piece the Boston Celtics had was two. It was, KP. Without Porzingis on the lineup, it looks very different. And Derek White. Yes. If Derek White doesn't play the way he played, who knows what's going on right now.
And also Holiday. Let's not sleep on Holiday.
Oh, Drew. Yeah, it's a
that
different
trade that they did. That shit really. I'm telling
that
you,
shows you how much depth they have. You forget Holidays on the team.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Marcus Smart, but it was an upgrade. So forget about Boston because they're not even in my radar right now.
Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
I feel like one of the things that was a con against the Knicks this year was that we were playing 40 minutes. Everyone was playing 40 minutes and they got exhausted. And then in the playoffs, they ran out of gas. I think this year you're talking about having Hart and DiVincenzo coming off the bench and McBride. They're not going to have to exhaust those minutes in the starting lineup. Now, the number one thing they're so fucking great at right now, which they're proving, is their guys with the cap, the salary cap guys are way ahead. Because even Miami, they were saying Miami fucking didn't know what they were doing with the cap. The Knicks were like, we're not going to try to get someone right now. We'll play the season now. And then during the trade deadline, we'll have more options because we could use Precious's money. So this team has been so strategic, so smart. We're not used to it. But I feel like
baby.
Mitchell's going to have something to prove. Sims, apparently now, they said that he's been injured coming into the season for the last 2-3 seasons. And now he got a little, Mike Bibby, he's doing a jump shot.
I've been watching a lot of Jericho Sims videos in the offseason.
I can't stand
I'm not getting tricked by workout videos anymore. For the last decade, I get tricked. Our 4th round draft pick puts out a workout video, and I'm like, this dude's gonna be a star. I can't get sucked in. Like I have to stay focused on the.
Well, you told that's not true, bro. That's not. Listen, because they have put out like Grimes had videos. These are all, and they all played well. And they're all good.
He had one good playoff series.
I'm saying he has
nothing.
What about Kevin Knox? Summer League. He was a Summer League MVP.
You don't sleep on Kevin Knox. I think he's still. I think he's gonna. He still has Kevin Knox.
Yeah, who?
He's with Phoenix right now, right?
He just played in the Summer League again.
Wait, there was somebody that the Knicks could have drafted over Knox, right? That's the.
Mikal Bridges.
That we just gave,
it was Mikal.
5 years of our draft picks for.
Let's not go back. Let's go forward.
No, forward
is so bright.
I think the Knicks are gonna have a better year, but I do think iHeart is a bigger absence than everybody thinks. I think all the experts during the season would diss iHeart, and every Knicks fan was like, we watch every game. He's actually a big reason why we win. And you have Stephen A. Smith like, Hartenstein, who is this guy? So now Hartenstein goes to the Thunder. You have the same experts like, hey, iHeart's not going to be a big loss. I saw with my own eyes. iHeart was the reason our offense was so smooth. And Jerry's right. Jerry's right. Randall has to take that spot.
But Randall's way better than iHeart.
Yeah, but not at what iHeart does. If Randall can,
not offensive rebounds,
right, and not passing,
extra effort,
but he has flashes of that.
The ball keeps moving with iHeart. I also think the injury to his calf is worse than everybody thinks because he took more money and secured the bag instead of taking the certain money the Knicks were going to give him and playing out and getting extended by the Knicks. Because that was a theory
I also think he's a product of the system. I don't think he's going to have a career like he had it here. Like, you understand? Like, unless they have the same system over there. I'm not saying that he's not a bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
8 to 10 rebounds a game.
Perfectly though. Yeah, but if he goes to another place where they might ask him to do some other something other than what he does, here they were like, yo, we just need somebody to do this, and he came and said, all right, that's what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
I don't think iHeart is going to be with the Thunder in 3 years because it's a team option, the third one. They knew they can do that, but all the other guys are going to get max contracts, and they knew they can get that guy, help this other guy to back up. But in 3 years, they're either going to trade him for that salary, so that's it. He went for the bag, and more respect to him. But I think I think the Knicks are going to be able to adapt. The only thing is Mitchell Robinson in the last couple of years has digressed and offensively, and we're gonna sort of feel that. But
offensive rebound, he's still a beast. Like when he's healthy, He's one of the best offensive rebounders.
He was whooping Joel, boy. He was a big
when he's healthy. That's the
series.
question. When he's healthy.
Joel also had a half paralyzed face.
But let's
I think we're going to.
But let's not.
That
was so bad.
But let's not forget. The Knicks will have a lineup of OG, Randall, Bridges, DiVincenzo, and Brunson for a good. They're gonna have that lineup out.
That's
there.
the fourth quarter. That's gonna be the fourth quarter squad.
Mm-hmm.
Because OG's gonna be the center.
I already know. A month into the season, I'm gonna be like, why is DiVincenzo getting 10 minutes a game? Why is McBride getting a not playing at all?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be pulling my hair out, even if we're winning. I'm gonna be like, yo, Tibbs, we need to rest some of these guys. It's only like 3 weeks into the season.
I think you will, though. I think
and you got guys going DMPs. I'm like, he's gonna play Hart, and I'm actually curious how much Hart's minutes will suffer because he likes Hart out there in the fourth. So if Randall's not gonna be at the center position, I don't know how you get Hart in there in the fourth. Right. So there's a lot of questions, but yo, this is like the most. I love the team. I love everybody on the team. I want to watch these guys. I want to because I like
chemistry
to watch.
Is there.
I like
and
to
everybody
watch.
knows their
but
role.
as a basketball fan, like strictly as a basketball fan, right?
Yeah.
Like those 90s teams, like the Ewing, those teams, like we knew they were limited offensively.
Yeah.
Like we knew it was like we hope John Starks has a good game. We hope Charles Smith shows up. We didn't know who that secondary.
You got to bring that name up right now, Charles Smith.
Listen,
really?
Anthony Bonner dropped 20 points a game sometimes. What I'm saying is that was a limited team that we were like, we would look at it and we just like, that's just hard. And actually, Riley made them dirty because they were limited physically, athletic.
Yeah, but you couldn't score 90 on that.
Exactly.
Team.
So let's bring everybody down to 70 and knock everybody. Yeah. Whoever comes in the lane, we knock them in. So that shit, that team, and look how much that team is revered. Even the 99 team was Sprewell. Look at everywhere. This team is like just stacked talent wise, and we have really good players that are meshed that play well with each other. And the fact that these guys, I was having this conversation, I was like, yo, these guys have won together. That means a lot. You may think I know it's college and all that shit, but they know each other, and it's not 2 or 3 guys. It's like 4 guys. Like these are going to be the 4 guys that are going to be on the floor sometimes.
4 of the main pieces that we're going to depend on.
Like, I don't want to just watch them like play basketball. Like I would watch like a real world type reality series with them living in a house together for the whole season. I would just watch that. That's how much I like the players on this team.
Jamie already wrote the pilot for the episode. I think this is something I know how Jamie thinks. He's like, roommates, let's take this up a notch.
Ooh, yeah. I want them all to live together. Tibbs is like, running the household. He's having them do
that's a great
house chores.
Scenario of cast for a sitcom.
Yeah.
Tibbs like
sports only fans.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans, the teams that we follow, I think we follow a lot of the same teams. We've watched teams that we don't really like. We're like, this team is like, there's like
I don't like the players. Like when Randall was on the team,
they don't want to be here. They don't want to be on the team. They don't like the city. And this team like really likes each other. They like New York. That's what I want. That's
Ask Mike. I like this teach. Ask Mike. I've come around on Randall. I couldn't. No,
I was the same.
I couldn't do
it like Randall. On the call.
And mind you, he did his thing. You can't hate. He had the stats. He did his thing. He was all whatever. But to me, it was just like, we're not going to win with this guy as the one. Yeah. Now, him as the second or third option, bring it on.
Well,
bring it on.
A couple of things.
I hope the playoffs. The playoffs is going to be
right. But no, everybody talks about him sucking in the playoffs, and they're not using context, right?
Correct.
He was hurt one of those playoffs. The other playoffs, he was the
only
number
guy.
One guy.
Well, he didn't do anything in that series, not this year, the year prior, where I think RJ went off on one of the games against Miami, and he kind of like rallied us back. Jaden had a couple games where it was good, but he had not one game where you're like, yo, Randall did his thing in that playoff series. So that's what scared me. But with the addition of OG,
I think that's what Brunson knew, like, yo, I got to take this over because they lost that series. So he's like, yo, this is where I got to take over.
And OG takes a ton of pressure off of all the other guys.
Absolutely.
And that's why, like,
and add Bridges defense now too. Add Bridges now too. Add Bridges.
So, and this is gonna be the Phoenix Bridges, where you're not relying on all that scoring, and he's defensive player of the year candidate. That's scary because he's not gonna have to overextend himself offensively. So that's just gonna be. And one thing I just want to talk about
with OG. I've never seen two wing perimeter defenders on the same team on the floor at the same time.
Good luck.
And two things that I want to bring up that's making us real special is one, that the beauty of them being in college together is the accountability and the ego. Like DiVincenzo and Hart are going back to the bench, but their boys are the ones in the starting lineup, so there's not going to be that friction, and so you got the accountability. And Brunson taking that contract, Bridges apparently is going to take less money. Is going to give him the flexibility that other teams in this world of second apron, we're going to have mad flexibility to sign people that other teams are not. I mean, you're talking about Phoenix, right? Boston's done. Like that's it. They're going to have.
There's no way you could.
You have no breathing room.
Phoenix is fielding a team. 3 players make up $150 million, and that's almost 70% of the payroll.
And no draft picks.
And no draft. And we didn't even talk about Tibbs got extended. This is the Knicks offseason. OG resigned. We traded for Bridges. Tibbs got extended. We re-signed Precious. We named Brunson the captain.
We drafted Tyler.
We drafted very smart. It was very under the reporting or like. Yeah. I thought we were going to trade all the picks. We were going to trade some picks, get one decent player. I think we picked up some nice role pieces to come off the bench.
I mean, the French kid, that he looks like a creative player from 2K.
Because he's the 7-footer.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect from him. Like, he's so young.
I'm excited about him though. He doesn't need to develop right now.
No, he doesn't. But I don't know what he could be. Like, he has a little bit of defense.
Well, we didn't know what
a little bit of offense. Yeah.
And I mean, historically, we have not been great with European players.
No,
let's just say that.
No.
Fred twice included, except for KP. But
I mean, Frank is doing this thing right now with France in the Olympics.
I always liked Franklin Ntilikina. I just don't think he fit this city. I think if he would have been anyone else, it would have been a little different. But the draft, I felt like we had a very quiet draft and we picked up some nice pieces really that nobody's expecting anything out of.
Yeah.
Even the last guy from Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Like that dude was like, from what I read, because I don't really watch college basketball, but from what I read was like before he got hurt, his first month or two, he was one of the top 10 players in college basketball. And then his injury effed him all up. But he might be somebody like that because he fits that mold. He's like very Josh Hart. And if he gets, works on his offensive game, you have like 3 guys from this draft that could be in the rotation 3 years from now.
So the French kid is 6'8". He's a 2-way player, and they say he has an impressive wingspan. I'm very impressed about Tyler. I would like to see him on the main roster.
Great vision.
I think he could be what's the name of the Indiana point guard that I hate?
McConnell.
McConnell, yeah. I think he'd be that type of player for us.
McConnell's like a dog though. Kolek needs to get he needs to get some battle scars because McConnell's like it's like they put him in a cage and like didn't feed him for like a whole year, like only fed him like little crackers.
I heard he's an incel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let him out into the court and he's
in Indiana. They ain't no pussy out there. I'm sorry.
So Kolek is he's a little too pretty boy right now, but I like his skill set.
I like him. I like his court vision. I like the fact that he can pass. He reminds me a little bit of John Stockton. I'm not saying John Stockton, but he reminds me a little bit of him. And the guy you're talking about is Kevin McCullough Jr. from Kansas. My brother was excited. My brother watches college basketball. And he's like, yo, we stole one. And when he texts me things like that, because every time we have a draft, he's like, oh, he was one of the ones like, KP could be something nice. Rare. When we drafted KP, I was like, what the? Why do we draft guys that we can't even pronounce the fucking names? Like, why do we do that to ourselves?
You're like, that name's not gonna fit on the back of the jersey.
I think the worst one was Frederick Weir.
Frederick
Weiss, whatever. Whatever. That shit hurt so much because he never showed up.
That's the guy that Vince Carter dunked on.
Yeah.
He jumped over.
He got VC's nuts on his.
Why did we think that guy, and that guy literally never recovered from that? He went into a deep depression. Yeah. He was having nightmares of that dunk, and we still drafted him. I don't understand who was running the Knicks back then.
We also didn't get a chance to draft Stephen Curry, who he and Del Curry both went on the record stating they wanted to be in New York.
They wanted to be in New York, yeah.
We have Mikal now, but we didn't draft Mikal Bridges.
Fun fact,
we didn't draft Ron Artest.
Dude, the Steph Curry thing happened the same day as Michael Jackson died, and I was more upset about Steph Curry. Yeah, I was really sad about Michael dying, but I actually cried more.
I was more sad Farrah Fawcett died because nobody remembers she died on that day too. And I just thought, like, look, another white woman that's forgotten.
Yeah, I forgot she died that day. She was a distant third, though, in my
another white woman that's forgotten. Wow. Yeah, we need to underprivileged community, white women. We need to protect them and hold them up.
True.
Definitely.
So I'm excited. I heart hurt though. I felt like
you got serious there.
Yeah.
It just hurt. It just hurt so much, man.
That was the one time we're all like,
You brought it back.
I heart hurt so much. But I'm this is the thing about the New York Knicks, right? Baseball is split, although they might be more Yankee fans or whatever, and there's Mets fans. It's split. Hockey, same thing. Rangers, Devils, Islanders. Any other sport, Giants, Jets, even the Buffalo Bills. Basketball, 97% of New York, I would say, Knicks. And then the other three is, I don't know why they would be Brooklyn fans, but
because they live in Brooklyn.
Or LeBron fans, but
Brooklyn people be like that. People from Brooklyn like really proud. They're like, nah, they're in Brooklyn now. Like,
well, my brothers from the 237 podcast, they're from Brooklyn, born and bred, and they are diehard Knicks fans. I was like, you guys are from Brooklyn? You're not Brooklyn Nets fans? What kind of Brooklyn shit is that? You guys don't even say you're from New York when you go to another city. I'm from Brooklyn. They were like,
if you have no New Jersey connection, I don't respect you being a Brooklyn Nets fan, because it's just like, it's crazy. You're either a Knicks fan that got fed up when they were losing and jumped ship and now is secretly regretting it, or you're just kind of a fair weather basketball fan that was like, oh, cool, we get to go see games.
I will admit, I was living in Jersey during the Jason Kidd era. I caught some games.
I think now that you
No. I would show up in my Knicks jersey.
Okay.
I would show up in my Knicks jersey, and actually somebody gave me a Jason Kidd jersey and I gave it away. But
which Knicks jersey? Because at the time we had an awful team. So is it a
it's
Nate Robinson jersey?
No, actually Anthony Mason jersey. I had an Anthony Mason, Mason jersey. Yeah, it was a Mason jersey, and I have a Ewing jersey at that time. Now I have a whole lot more. But yeah, no, I did. But that was a fun team to watch. Like they were like I love Jason Kidd. Like I thought Jason Kidd was like. It doesn't surprise me.
It's okay to talk good about him. He was
a Knick. He ended as a Knick. He ended as a Knick. So I
one of Melo's favorite point guards of all time.
I'm telling you, man. Like he was, and him in his prime. So he had developed the skills that he was lacking in the other places. Like he had built a jump shot, and now he was putting that together. And then he was older with experience. That was a fun team to watch. And with Vince Carter, bro, like come on, man. VC, that was a fun team to watch.
And you, Martin.
That was a fun team. That he would fucking punch anybody. I love that dude. You know what I mean? Like
also a Knick.
Yeah. But I also the reason why I didn't root for them was because they had like Richard Jefferson on the team. I hate that guy. That's like
I still hate him.
So you bring me into my next topic. So before the call, we were talking. Who was? Oh, Paul Pierce. Who is one NBA player that you detest the most?
Now? Playing now.
All time.
All time? Oof.
Excluding Mike. Because
I was gonna say Michael Jordan. I hated that.
He tortured the shit out of us. We could have won rings without him. Excluding Mike. He's an anomaly.
It's still got to be Reggie.
I got 3. I got a top 3.
You got 3?
Yeah, because I can't.
All right. Let's do 3 because Jerry likes. Okay.
Avery Johnson.
His voice or his skill?
Everything about him, and when they beat us, and he's out there talking like this.
No, it's more raspy than that, Jerry. Because you know what they're on.
And he's like, "Fuck, yo, I couldn't."
Did somebody tell you look like Avery? Is that why you were like,
no? We gonna fight now.
Wow.
Avery Johnson came to mind. Avery Johnson.
That's right.
Yeah, Avery Johnson was in my top 10. So this is pure hate.
And he talks so much. He talks so much, and he was like the last piece there. Yeah, it was like Duncan and Robinson, and he's talking. Shut the fuck up. And
I don't think there's a rivalry.
Yeah, I was so happy when they like got rid of him for the French kid. I was like, yeah, get him out of there.
Yo, Jerry, how long have you been holding this?
Avery
Johnson has
Johnson.
a grudge.
He's not even listed in like any list. He's not in any list that I have for any NBA
He's
list.
on my list.
What did he do to hurt you, Jerry? Please.
He beat us. He beat us in the 99 fucking
He didn't
finals.
beat us. We had no chance.
He did it. His team beat us.
All right, Avery.
The
other two or three better be better.
I still dislike Reggie Miller very, very much.
Yeah, Reggie.
Okay.
He's doing revisionist history. He's talking about like, yeah, because I went in there and I own that. Bro, you won 1 series.
Right.
You won 1 series in like 5 years.
I mean, it was beautiful when Josh walked over to the scores table and he said, yo, they're telling you, fuck you. Had we won that, it would have been even more.
Yeah,
but
it's not the same that we didn't win the series. So I kind of remember.
But at that moment, I was like, ooh, yeah. Okay, so Reggie Miller, and who's your?
And I have to say, somebody made a big leap this year into my top 3, and that's Embiid.
Really?
Yeah, Joel Embiid, because he's such a good player, he doesn't need to be doing all that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then I also see like, stick to what you do. You can't. Oh, I'm gonna shoot all day today, and then no, I'm gonna be down. Just play. That's why you ain't win nothing. Like, stay consistent with one thing. Stop trying to think that you like that dude, and you're not. And then So to me, he took a big leap this year. I could have said a little bit more comment, but I know I'm gonna let my brother speak.
Interesting. You said 90s Avery Johnson and now Embiid. Okay, Avery Johnson. Completely surprised with that one.
Well, because I mean, after Jordan, it was Avery Johnson for me.
Look,
Avery Johnson and Michael Jordan in the same sentence.
Or actually, you know what else? I'm gonna say real quick, but I can't say that anymore. But I hated him when he wasn't a Knick. Was Larry Johnson, because he used to kill us.
No, I love
Larry Johnson used to fucking kill us, and he hated us because Pat Riley sat him down in an All-Star game or something, and he's like, "Yo, next time I see you guys, I'm dropping 80." And he dropped like 45 or something like that on us, like 3 times. So whatever. But that's LJ. I love him. That's different. That's all
right. Look, I got a quick 3. Jerry said some people that I would have named, except Avery Johnson. And mine goes to the 90s, because the 90s I was more emotional. I was very like I was easily affected by Knick losses and everything. So definitely I gotta go with Sam Cassell when he the series. That dude, rookie season. I'm like, who is this alienation?
He loves watch Heights, by the way.
Killing
that's racist.
He loves to be uptown.
Aliens.
He loves watch Heights. He loves being uptown.
Who? Cassell?
Sam Cassell.
You're right. Well, you know what? He messed up my early teens.
Okay.
That and a late puberty fucked up my early teens.
Yeah, that's good.
And so I'm gonna also go with Alonzo Mourning.
Ooh, okay.
Because here's what I hated. Obviously, the obvious reasons. But every time we beat Miami, and we beat them a lot,
he would be like, the better team didn't win.
Yeah.
A better team always wins the playoff series.
You know, he was doing that from Charlotte, right? He was doing that when the Knicks used to be in Charlotte. He was saying, he's like, the better team didn't win today.
The better team didn't win. What is that?
The better team most of the time wins.
No, I think at least in a series where you have multiple games to show if you're the better team.
Oh, that's
in a 7-game series, the better team won.
Story. A series,
a 7-game series, yeah. And he would do that in the playoffs. You could say that in a regular season game, but in the playoffs, we beat you fair and square. Don't cry about it. Alonzo Mourning. And my third one, and then Mike, you got it. Very controversial.
Thank you.
Controversial. LeBron James, because you motherfucker didn't have the balls, the basketballs, the Wilson basketballs to come to New York and be that guy that Brunson is right now, and that I believe Brunson will be when we win a championship, while Brunson is
Do you know? Because
I got to follow up that I'm a pocket when Mike's done.
But I want to say something real quick. Do you know that Brunson doing that, right? Brunson doing what he did and being successful here is going to put him like a notch below in legacy, like a notch below LeBron anyway, because he's in New York and he's going to do what he's going to do here.
In New York.
Imagine LeBron doing that shit here. He would have been.
In New York, Jalen will be. I think if you go to Cleveland, they'll be like, I don't see.
Yeah, right. But New York. But the thing is that but nobody follows what happens in Cleveland. Everybody follows what's happening in New York.
Just to be clear, I don't hate LeBron. I'm
I know what you're saying.
Because I never hated any other player as much as I hated him that night that he chose.
Yeah.
Miami. Never in my life, not even the Miller game,
not even Jordan.
I've never hated a player
not even
with
Jordan
so much rage in my heart than that day when he was like, "I'm going to take my talents to Miami."
Wow.
Not even Jordan.
I know why Jerry.
Not even Jordan, because Jordan was just like he was like a superhuman Terminator type player. I was always like, he's gonna beat us. Fuck it. What are you gonna do?
So I know why Jaime is mad before Mike answers. And it's because he didn't get to write LeBron's speech for that press conference. He feels he could have worded it better. That's what it was.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely what it was.
You see behind the veneer.
That's what it was. And Mike, I'm surprised by Avery Johnson. I'm very surprised by LeBron James. Mike, who you got? The three?
Because it's already been sort of mentioned. I hated Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway. And when they picked, when Junior was with the Knicks, I was like, ugh. I'm having a hard time.
Another one like Avery Johnson.
I like
He's
Junior,
another one like Avery Johnson that talks a lot.
Junior. But his dad, Hardaway Senior.
Tim Hardaway.
His father was
he was like Avery Johnson. He talked a lot.
Yeah.
But you know
Chicago, so he had that Chicago swagger.
Chicago shit, yeah.
You know who I really hated? And he was a Knick, but when he's with Indiana, Mark Jackson. I fucking hated Mark Jackson.
Oh, Indiana? Yeah.
Fucking hated him.
This shit.
And the Davis brothers, and the Davis brothers, because they were we were bullying those Davis brothers. Antonio was more that I was fucking hated. But in real time right now, Embiid, and I can't stand Halliburton. I can't wait if we go against Indiana this season. Because he's fucking you saw him when he was in the wrestling. And the way he was wearing these jean shorts, he's fucking corny. He's fucking corny. And I love that they benched him right now in the Olympics. He's fucking corny. Because when he plays well, he's up here, but then he fucking disappears. So I don't respect that. That's what killed me in Game 7 where he went off. I was like, so I hate Halliburton. And then last but not least, currently, Bam. Because that guy, Bam, has injured how many guys in the NBA, including the Knicks. Julius, when he did not play well against Miami, let's not forget, and remember that last season, Julius got hurt because of Bam in the regular season and didn't recover in the playoffs because he wanted to show that he was there. But Bam hurt quickly in the playoffs as well. And so I can't stand Bam. He's such a dirty player. And the amount of times I've gone on X or Twitter, the Miami Heat fans are oblivious of how dirty he is. They'll defend it. They think it's a coincidence.
I would like to bench our starters.
Just like
Miami Heat game.
Yeah, every Miami Heat game. I agree.
He looks just like Dwight Howard, by the way.
I don't think he's Dwight Howard's type though.
Oh,
Wow.
he might be. He plays for Miami. I think Reggie is up there as so I have a Heat, I have a Pacer, and I have a Celtic. So and I think those are the three teams that you have like a real rivalry with, besides Chicago, because that was just Mike. So Reggie's the Indiana player. Nowadays it is Halliburton for me. I have him in the same he's so smug. In the All-Star game, he's super talented. Not gonna take that away from the kid. And I feel like he has all the talents in the world. He hasn't put it together yet. And I do not. The shorts piss me off. It's a weird take, but he has the smallest shorts in the NBA. I don't understand that. So Reggie and Halliburton.
I hate his stylist. I think I hate his stylist more than him, though.
Yeah.
So
he's Hallie Burton.
It's Paul Pierce for me.
Paul Pierce. I hated him.
Oh, Paul Pierce. I hated
Paul Pierce then, and it is Jaylen Brown now for me.
Really?
Yes.
But why? Okay, explain.
I like Jason Tatum.
I hate.
So I have a weird thing where I love Kobe Bryant, and I think like any guy that idolizes Kobe has like the right mindset and goes around the game the right way. Jaylen Brown doesn't look like, and when there was rumors about us getting him, I was like, I don't want that fucking guy on my team. So that's my Boston pick. Miami, it will forever be Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
And now it's Butler.
And Timmy Hardaway. There is not now. I like Bam.
Okay.
I think he's a good player. And I think Jimmy Butler is a New York prototypical player, so I can't hate him.
Overrated? Yeah.
He is, but in the playoffs, like I could see Jimmy being in New York and being very successful.
I don't know what this love is with Jimmy. He hasn't won anything.
And my bonus guy that I hate is Kenny the Jet Smith in the Houston Rockets.
Oh, he's the worst when he was on the Rockets.
So most player that I always hate for all time that wasn't Nick, it's Charles Smith. So
I saw Charles Smith on the subway maybe 10 years ago.
Did you slap him in the fucking face?
I was gonna get in a cab.
I was thinking about it.
I was getting in a yellow cab, and I opened the door, and he was in the back seat, and his leg came out. That's all I saw was his leg, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then he got up, and I was like, "Oh shit, Charles Smith, what's up?" And he was like, "Don't tell nobody."
I kind of was like, "Oh, it's cool that he's."
And did you tell him why you couldn't put the ball in the hole 2 feet from the basket?
I just kept going, Smith again.
Yo, but if that happened in this current time where they call fouls if you if you just breathe on somebody, that would have been an instant.
That's it too.
He would have it would have been like a technical foul or a flagrant.
Never liked him. Never wanted him on the team. Never liked him.
Dude, but the funny thing is he used to ball out when he was on the Clippers.
He did.
He was like a high scoring forward, and then he came to us and he became like Bill Cartwright. He couldn't.
Yeah, but I also think because they put him as he wasn't a small forward in LA. He was a power forward.
I don't know
why. And they brought him over here to play smaller guys.
Yeah, Mason and Oakley. Why was he on the floor? I know Mason Oakley was small, but
I bumped into Mason too in a club. I bumped into Mason too in a club.
So I went to St. John's University, and I was there at the same time Anthony Mason Jr. played at St. John's. I actually got to meet Mace before he died. First Knicks jersey was Anthony Mason, actually. Then it was Stockton Ewing. Mace was my favorite Knick. So that was a cool story. And they say Biggie's I Got a Story to Tell is about Anthony Mason. So
yeah, it's about Mason.
Allegedly.
So wait, okay, real quick, because you mentioned that's your favorite Knick, right? So Anthony Mason's your favorite Knick. Everybody else,
not of all time, but in that era growing up, I was a big Mason and Starks fan, and I did get to meet Mason and Stark. I actually got John Stark's autograph. I met him in the train. I was listening to music, and I heard his freaking Oklahoma accent, and I was like, I know who the hell this is. And I turned, and it was John, and he was my height, which was weird, like close to my height, but very nice dude.
Was he forcing up a 3-pointer like game 7?
Come on. You talking about? I cried. I said this on this show. I cried when
you guys are wrong
because that year he was on fucking fire.
He also won us game 6, so let's not forget that.
And he was killing Houston, and he keeps saying it. He got enough space away from Olajuwon, he thought, but Olajuwon's his fingertips hit the ball, and he barely missed that 3. So no Olajuwon that goes in NBA champ.
Yeah, but 2 for 18, like.
And bonus person I hate, OJ Simpson.
Okay.
Oh, rest in peace.
That's
he delayed that.
That's not a non-controversial.
Oh yeah,
he did. And
you hate him for that? You hate him for that?
For that.
For interrupting the game.
He interrupted my finals experience. It was my first finals experience.
It's 1994. We're watching the fucking finals on a TV this big. It's full of wood everywhere else, right? On the little box with the red button, right? And then it split screen. I never seen that shit in my life. I was like, yo, somebody broke the fucking television. Now I'm seeing two screens. I need to see the Knicks game. And they're chasing the fucking white Bronco.
Right. Nothing was happening. And they did the picture-in-picture, and then they would put the Bronco all big and the basketball game real small. I'm like, should be the other way around. Switch it up. Ain't nothing happening.
So, and then you would have seen, if that happened in game 7, you would have seen 2 murderers, OJ and John Starks, killing the Knicks' chances of winning a championship.
Wow. You're ungrateful, bro.
Wow. No, okay. I mean, John gave us a lot of great years.
I love John Starks.
And it was, to me, the best part of the playoffs. That Philly series was the best series of all the playoff series in the NBA this year. And to see the picture of all the former Knicks under the basket, I want to blow that up and put that in my studio down here in my basement.
Or have someone draw it. Have like an artist.
That's more
front row.
Gary.
And then have him beat in the corner like this.
Yo, my sister had that, bro. My sister had that for a little bit. That's not
really.
This is how much we hated him because normally we'd be like sympathetic.
Get canceled.
Like, no, that's fucked up. But we were
like, broke Mitchell Robinson's legs.
Yo.
Yeah,
we were like, get that disabled guy off the court, yo.
He had one leg and a disabled face, and he dropped 50 on us.
He dropped 50.
That man a little.
Because he had to, though.
You got to give him some flowers for that.
How do you guys feel about Paul George joining that group?
Good luck.
I think, look.
And they paid a lot of money.
Maxey's a beautiful piece. I love Maxey. I'm going to be honest.
He's great.
Like him. He's such a great player.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Him and if Embiid doesn't, if they manage him the right way, because I think they have to manage him moving forward, and you also have to manage Paul George. That could be something formidable.
I don't know. I don't know how well did Tobias Harris do there.
Wait, but you can't compare.
I'm just saying. As a third
Jerry, you can't compare Tobias Harris.
Why not?
PG.
Why not? What has Paul George done? Other than break his leg fantastically, what has Paul George done?
Wow. This is where it becomes very barbershop talk right here. This is barbershop.
Never trust a guy with 2 first names. Never trust a guy.
Thank you.
Yo, PG, you're comparing him to Tobias Harris.
I'm not comparing
in the playoffs.
I'm just saying
he doesn't do shit for the playoffs.
I'm just talking about as far as because Harris was making that kind of money. They paid him that kind of money to play the same exact way.
But look at the money.
He's a homegrown product, so he should have been playing a whole lot better there in that system. And he disappears. He completely disappeared.
He had 0 points.
PG
in game 6, I think it was Tobias Harris.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is I love the idea of PG is great. What the potential that he had at a certain point. But at this point, he's not going up. He's on a decline.
Right, but look.
You think that? I mean, he played 7 games last year. He had decent numbers.
He was decent, and he stayed healthy. That's whoever's gonna come out of the East is the team that has the less injuries.
Yes.
We saw it this year.
Yes.
Like
Porzingis is already starting off.
The Knicks didn't have anybody. Like Game 7, Hart had this chest thing.
When JB broke his hand,
broke his hand. That was
it. They were about to bring it. They were about to put in Fat Joe to play power forward.
Oh wow.
They did it because the beard guy was gonna get on the floor and
wow.
Yo,
I think we're getting to that point in the podcast episode where we're getting very problematic.
The ball boys cleaning up the beard guy on the court.
Wow.
Rick, you know what you need to do with that clipping right there. That's perfect clipping right there. Boom, and tag him. Boom.
Damn.
But yeah, look, if the Sixers are the team that's the most healthy in the playoffs, sure they could come out of the East. Same with the Pacers.
Sure.
Same with the Heat. So the Knicks, but I think the Knicks, if you come in and the basketball gods are shining on us and all of our players are healthy for the fucking playoffs, I think we beat Boston and we go to the championship.
How about this? I'm gonna even brighten up the day even more. I think the only team that's equipped to handle an injury this year is the Knicks.
We got starters on the bench, bro.
Thank you.
DiVincenzo had 37 in Game 7, and he's gonna be our 7th guy.
He grew a beard now, so he's all New York. He grew a beard. Yeah.
Tyler Kolek, yo, he could be rookie of the year, yo.
He's gonna get Tyler a do-rag, and that's it.
If Tibbs plays him more than 2 minutes a game.
This nigga's not rookie of the year. I'm with it. You know what? I'm down with that. That means we had an excellent season.
It sounds like a t-shirt.
Can you name any of the NBA lottery pictures?
This is a weak draft class, by the way. It was bad. But
I can number them, but I can't name them.
Before we go, a player that you feel is going to surprise you this season. Not a Nick. It could be a Nick, could be any other this NBA season. Who to watch?
That's going to surprise us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I think iHeart is going to make... I think iHeart's going to make the Thunder that much better. I think people sleep on the impact he had for us. He's not... every time I saw a press conference, the coaches always mention him. They weren't, obviously they're like Brunson had a great game, but iHeart is the guy that makes that team go.
He's a glue, and he's a good fit in that system in Oklahoma City. I think it was a great signing for them.
No, I think he's gonna make. I don't think he's gonna have like all-stars numbers. I think he's gonna make that team a chance. I think he's gonna make them
go over the hump, right? Because they were almost there.
I think they'll come out of the West because he's still gonna have.
Yeah.
Wow, coming out of the West,
he's still gonna have 9 points.
I could see that because they wasn't the top team last year anyway, and they didn't have one. You feel me?
Jerry?
I think
Mike, go ahead, Mike. Since you already got yours.
I think the way the narrative is going and people think of everything, I think Bronny is going to surprise a lot of people this year, and I think Bronny is going to average 8 points, 3 assists, and maybe like 3 rebounds. But he's gonna surprise people. He's gonna be really.
He is something to watch in this season. Numbers sound, like something but I think he should have. I think Rich Paul sending out that statement at the draft. I think he should have went somewhere else. Like, he's under his dad's shadow already. To be directly under your dad or like with your dad on the same team is gonna be insane. Yeah, super pause. But I'm gonna watch a little bit, I'm gonna watch him against the Knicks, obviously, if he plays in MSG to see, because every fucking team that comes to the Garden floor, one guy wants to drop 30, 40, 50 points and make a name for himself. Wow, Bronny James though, that's
Bronny, I think he's by the end of the year he's gonna be taking his talents overseas. So
okay, Clip that too. Don will never listen to the show, but all right.
Yo, he's in France. He's in France right now. He's busy.
First you said fuck LeBron, and then you said Bronny's playing overseas. Like, Clearly,
he's auditioning to work with the old guy Skip Bayless. That's what he's auditioning.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Skip.
You saw he left undisputed. You got some stuff in the tank right now.
This is my audition tape.
He didn't take your statement for the Miami.
I wrote him an email like, "Can you mentor me, please, in the art of LeBron hate?"
Jerry, give me your guy to watch.
Man, I don't think there's gonna be any surprises per se. I don't have a guy that comes to mind, but I do think.
You serious?
And hopefully,
Edwards becomes the face of the NBA this year.
Well, hopefully, I want, like, I'm rooting for this guy. I've been a big fan of this guy, and hopefully he'll get it together and take it to the next step, and that's Morant. And because he has way too much talent, but I don't think to be honest, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're gonna be surprised or anything like that. But what I'm saying is like, if he could get his shit together, maybe
he needs
to tell
his dad stay home. He needs to fire all his handlers.
Right. Like,
get a real agent, get a real manager, and like concentrate on
talent wise, like this kid talent wise is fucking like you can't take that shit away from him. He's just a fucking knucklehead. Yeah, but he's a knucklehead. He's an idiot.
And Zion Williamson, talent-wise, is fantastic. Just get your shit in the
another
gym.
head case.
Stop sleeping with women.
I know it's
That's why RJ to me was like, yo, RJ, solid. At least he's on the floor. He gives you 15, 20, whatever. He's on the floor. These guys ain't even gonna be on the floor.
RJ has been 24 years old for 6 years now.
He looks like a non-retarded
He
radio.
was 19 when we drafted him.
So. What?
He looks like a non-retarded radio.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay. We're going there. So I want to say this. So the power rankings came out, I think yesterday or today. Boston is 1. OKC is 2, to Jamie's point. Denver is 3. That's very controversial because they got Westbrook and they let KCP League go. And the Knicks are actually 4, followed by Philly at 5. So that's the top 5. We're at number 4.
I think they're fairly rated.
That's fair.
4. Listen. I don't want to be the first seed. I don't want to be the last seed. Somewhere in between. And I would take that and being healthy going into the playoffs over everything. I think the way Tibbs manages the lineup between October and January is going to be big for us. And I find myself throughout the playoff series, myself yelling, give DiVincenzo the ball a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see Bogey and Devo in the playoffs on the floor together. Because you got to guard one of the two. So
I also feel they're coming in with a different swagger.
I mean,
after what happened last year. So now they're like, yo, we got to get this shit done in the regular season to get back to where we was at. And I just
my
think
player to watch is Julius Randle this season.
There you go. There you go.
I think he fucked up his shoulder. He really tried hard to get there back in the playoffs. I think he does really want to win.
Let's see how he feels about being number 2, official number 2.
Now but I think he's got money with it because he sees what's going on in this team. I got the other thing I have for Stoudemire. Amari was the only one that was like, I mean, people say it's because of the money, but I think Amari was like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to go to New York.
Yeah.
And before the Melo trade, people forget.
Amari signed with us. Amari signed with us. Facts. And they were doing well. They built the team around him, but then they traded the whole team away from Melo. That's not his fault. But what I'm saying,
But that's Dolan's fault because he pulled the trigger. And Donnie Walsh, who I have all the respect in the world, was like, I'll sign him in the offseason.
At the offseason, that's it. Yeah.
And Melo was coming over here.
Regardless.
So. I just want to add one thing, which is super important. And we saw it even with Golden State where they had a couple of rough playoffs and with that experience. Let's not forget that our bench, even Precious Achiuwa, if he's still with the team, has so much playoff burn. And that's such an advantage when you're in the playoffs. When you put people on the bench, they don't crumble under pressure. They played a lot of late minutes in the playoffs, and that is just huge because in the playoffs it's possession by possession, and we are stacked with Bride, with everybody. So that's a huge difference right there. And we play so many tight games against the in the playoffs when we were thin. So those guys are going to be on our bench. It's going to be, I'm just, health is going to be the number one thing I'm wishing for. That's it.
If OG stays healthy, we're going to be very dangerous.
We got to manage OG and.
We got to manage OG. They hired a new team doctor this year. So
really?
Typically from Phoenix. And Phoenix, I think he was in Phoenix.
And we hired an assistant coach. I mean, there's other like front office shit that Knicks.
Maurice Cheeks. And
no, besides Mo Cheeks, we got
some big man that used to play, I think, with the Knicks.
Mo Cheeks.
Mark Bryant.
We got one of the assistant coaches.
That's your rapper's name, right, Jerry? That was your rapper's name?
No. That's ass for me, like booty.
I still think we're gonna make another move in the trading deadline. We might get a Vucevic. You know, I think we're gonna need a center. I think Mitch.
Yeah, I think you're right. Vasquez.
Yeah, give me one of those. Give me one of those. And
give me a 7-foot man that could rebound, and let Mitch take some time off.
By the way, Mike, Mo Cheeks is Rick's porn name.
It is.
Hilarious.
No, but we did sign an assistant coach that I don't know if it was from Phoenix. It was like an underrated move. That he has a lot of ties to the Knicks.
Yeah, he's a big. He's gonna be coach for the big men.
Bryant.
The University of Phoenix.
Mark Bryant. It is Mark Bryant.
Oh, right. Bryant. Yeah. He was like a 6'9" center back in the 90s.
No, his thing is that he's he gets he actually challenges big men with like during practice because he's a big guy, but he's also now like early 60s, so I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. He was a center for the Suns back in like the late 90s and early 2000s at 6'9", like an undersized big man. He guarded he guarded Shaq.
If Jericho makes a leap, I'm gonna be happy.
I was just gonna say, I think Jericho Simmons is gonna see some 10 to 15 minutes.
That's what we need. We need him to really
some solid production from him because I think we're gonna get a little bit of defense, but more offense out of Simmons and as Jericho Simmons. And I think we might be surprised with Mitch. I think Mitch has been working.
Oh, and he know. And
Jamie says he doesn't want to see off-season videos, but I've seen Mitch working on that 3-pointer.
Oh, and his handles
in the off-season.
Yeah.
Thibodeau will drag him off the court if he shoots a 3 in a game.
But I will say this: Mitch got a chip on his shoulder because he's been listening to what everybody's been writing.
That's big.
And he mentioned it on the Roommates podcast. He knows what's up. So I hope he comes in with a chip on his shoulder and is like, yo,
So I want to give a quick shout out to El Sazon Restaurant.
Nice.
I just want to say a few things, right? Yeah. So I work for the man DA's office. That's no secret. I've said this here a couple times. This restaurant is on Baxter Street, and it's very hard to get Spanish food in the area that I work in. Dominican guy and his partner took a chance. They opened the spot in a place where it wasn't like an ideal location for the restaurant. Now they're on Baxter, which is right behind the courthouse. And a lot of influencers have been going to the restaurant, so now I can't fucking get something to eat there. But they do have really good, authentic food. And they call it a Dominican smash burger in English, but the smash burger is insane. It has a queso frito, has like the little ketchup mayo sauce, out of this world. And the pernil is perfect. It's not fucking dry. It's juicy. The food is amazing. So if you guys are ever downtown,
when we going?
What's the name of the restaurant again?
It's called El Sazon Restaurant. I'm definitely inviting you guys to be my lunch date.
Let's do it.
One of these days.
I work downtown, bro.
Okay, I'll invest. I'll invest in the restaurant.
Yes.
Nah, but those guys, I owe them a lot of love. I was an original supporter when they were in the other location. And when they moved over, I was like, "You're smart that you guys came here. There's more foot traffic." And it immediately, I knew it was a demand in that market. You know how many Latin people work in that downtown area and want some rice and beans sometimes. And Sophie's, no disrespect, but you guys are not real Cuban food.
Yeah,
this feels like some shit my grandmother makes.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
That shit comes with a visa. Like the visa from
no,
PR,
this and they have fucking Mori Soñando, like real Mori Soñando, So
full circle,
authentic.
Full circle.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, Mori Soñando, we mentioned at the top of the show,
and we
Jerry
ended.
did it.
You're the greatest podcaster ever.
I was waiting for fucking Jerry to explain the importance of United Palace and what it means to me, to Jaime, to Mike.
Mm-hmm.
It's our MSG in Washington Heights.
Yeah. It's our Coliseum. It's our
and it's just beautiful inside. It's just you look at the outside, you'll be fooled once you go inside. So it's on my bucket list, and
it was no, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was surreal. Like, I took pictures walking up to the thing, taking pictures in front of the pat, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to go. We've done stuff there before because we've done all kind of different things, but to be able to do that and with our people there, that was dope.
Jerry's dream was always to do a bunch of dick jokes in United Palace.
I got close. I made one dick joke.
One.
You made one, but it was a big dick joke. Very big dick joke.
Was it a black dick joke?
It was long.
That shit had an elbow.
Yeah. But I'm glad I came to the show.
Oh my God. There's just so many clips that are gonna cancel all of us right now.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I want to say one thing. The industry, we had a pod together last spring. It went on strike, and that's why things have been slow. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys been working on. I hope I get a little, yo, Rick, here's an email. This is what I'm about to drop. Mike dropped Bago briefs and didn't tell nobody. And it was
Mike is known for dropping his
Mike. Don't tell me.
He's known for dropping his Bago briefs a lot.
His Bago briefs,
yeah.
But
Rick, I have an idea though. Next time we come here, you gotta set up a sports trivia show for us.
Yeah.
You gotta set up questions and you gotta challenge. We gotta put us all to the test.
Challenge.
Have someone make questions, and then you're also a part of the answers.
Actually, I did want to make one statement about the Knicks before we go.
Okay.
I did want to say the greatest signing that we've ever done for this franchise was Rick Brunson.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna say that.
Hot take.
That was the greatest free agent signing that we've ever done. Is Rick Brunson.
So you're saying we need to retire Rick's balls and hang him from the rafter?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or actually, like if we
bronze them like the shoes, like the little baby shoes, and just
just.
Well, I don't even know what. Oh, he wore number 9.
We can do a cast of the and put it up.
Say bronze Brunson's balls 5 times fast.
Brunson's
balls.
It's impossible.
So, I want to
bronze Brunson balls.
Before we go off, we did a whole Knicks episode.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do all Mets episode?
Hell yeah.
Because we didn't even
touch
there.
We didn't even touch the Mets. Let's do it.
We didn't even talking about touches and balls and stuff. This was very.
We'll come with our Mets hats next week.
Mets hats. So I want to thank Mike, Jaime, and Jerry for coming on the pod. Let's go Knicks. I'm super excited. Maybe we should do something opening tip-off night, us 4, or man on the street at the Garden.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Wait, are we opening in the Garden?
Oh, I don't know.
You always play against Boston. Is it at home against Boston?
I hope we don't have to watch them get their rings.
Yeah.
No.
Motivation.
There's no way we're playing Boston game 1. So I got the schedule.
Wasn't it like 3 years ago, the famous Bing Bong Evan Fournier, freaking 35 points, and then from that
we play
point
like a shitty team like the Hornets.
Bing Bong.
Yo, it doesn't even say the name of the opposing team on this. Is sad.
I mean, it's too soon because the Knicks didn't even release their preseason, but they put it all together because the other teams announced it, and we figured out our schedule just grabbing everyone else's. So probably in a few weeks we'll find out. But
we're gonna play Serbia. We're gonna play Serbia. We're gonna play Serbia after.
Okay, so we do play Boston. No,
yeah.
This is old. This is this year's schedule. What the fuck? All right. So opening night, we'll do something. We'll plan it out. So you guys available next Thursday at 8:00? We'll talk about these guys a little bit.
I think I am.
And why?
Yeah, let's do it.
Francisco Lindor has been something.
Rick, you're important to me. I'll make time for you, Rick.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to Mike today. He fucked up his hand, and
he always plays hurt. He always plays hurt.
He always plays hurt.
He plays through injury. Jalen Brunson-esque right now with the fingers all
Jerry's OG, Jamie DiVincenzo.
And I guess in my heart, is that where you're going?
Yeah, your heart. You're all heart. You're all heart.
I am all heart and hero. I'll see you guys next week, where these guys will talk Mets with me. See ya. Peace.
You feel that knock? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, you know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped. That's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the minutes my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad.